following video, we're going to focus on the simple present tense to talk about different situations. Like, for example, yes, to talk about routines and habits, like I get up at 7 every day, or permanent situations, like she lives in New York, or general truths and facts, something that cannot be changed, like water boils at 100 degrees centigrade, or timetables or schedules, like she has a meeting at 10. So these are situations in which we use the simple present tense. Okay, now we're going to focus on the grammatical rules for this tense. The first thing that we have to learn is that whenever we speak about the third person singular, that is he, she, it, in the affirmative form, the verbs undergo some changes. So the general rule is that most verbs in English add an S at the end of the verb when speaking about third person singular in the affirmative form. For example, Sarah lives in New York. She takes photographs in Brooklyn. She gets up early in the morning. So the second rule that we should know is that whenever the verb ends in double S, SH, CH, O, Z, or X, we add ES ending. Like, for example, Sarah usually goes to work by train. The verb go ends in O, so we add ES. She watches TV in the evening. Yes, the verb watch ends in CH, so we add ES. Or her boyfriend finishes work at 6 p.m. Remember that this rule only applies to affirmative form, simple present tense when speaking about third person singular. Alright, so the third rule that we should know is that whenever a verb ends in a consonant plus Y, we replace Y for IES. Like, for example, the verb tidy, yes, that ends in a consonant plus Y. Yes, it changes to tidies. Sarah often tidies her room before going to work. Or the verb study. Her boyfriend Jack studies photography. Alright. The following rule is an exception, yes, with the verb have. Yes, when speaking about third person singular in the affirmative form, we use has. Like, she has breakfast at home, or she has a shower in the evening. Alright, then when speaking about affirmative form but first person singular I, second person singular you, or third person plural you, we, and they, yes, the verbs are not modified. That is, we use them in the base or the infinitive form. Like, Sarah and her friend usually have lunch together, or Sarah's parents usually travel to New York to visit her, or her friends always go out on Friday night. Alright. And when using the simple present tense, there are some words known as frequency adverbs. Yes, there are clear indicators of this tense. So, what are the frequency adverbs? Well, these are words that tell us how often something happens, how often something is done. And they are used to describe the frequency of an action. Okay, and we have many frequency adverbs. Here we have some of them. We have always, yes, like Sarah and her friend always have lunch together. We have usually, yes, pay attention to this frequency indicated by the percentage. Like Sarah's parents usually travel to New York to visit her. Often, like we are often tired after work. Sometimes her friend sometimes go out on Friday night. Hardly ever or rarely, yes, they mean the same. Sarah hardly ever or rarely watches TV in the morning, and never. He's never late. Yeah? Right? So, let's pay attention to these specific examples. They always have lunch together. Sarah's parents usually travel to New York to visit her, and Sarah hardly ever watches TV in the morning. Okay, I would like you to pay attention to word order. Where is the frequency adverb placed in each of these sentences? So as you can see, if the sentence has a verb, we put the adverb after the subject and before the verb. Yes, after the subject and before the verb, or between subject and the verb. All right, but let's see these examples. So in this case, there's a clear difference, yes, regarding word order. Why? Because we have the verb to be as the main verb in these two sentences. So in that case, whenever the main verb is the verb to be, the frequency adverb comes after the verb. Right, so remember to check your notes to focus on the uses of simple present tense and the grammatical rules.